You turn on your fireplace and nothing happens. What do? Do we fix it? Do we repair it? Do we replace it? That's what we're going over. Okay, so that fireplace isn't working and you've had several people out there to look at it and they've told you that it's either going to be very expensive to replace or that it just cannot be replaced because there's been several parts that have gone bad, the fireplace manufacturer is no longer around, or you've had an act of nature that has really destroyed this fireplace. Or you're just doing a big remodel project and you want to tear that old fireplace out and put something new in. So the next step is to figure out, do we want a gas fireplace, wood fireplace, electric? Figure out the room, do we want more modern or traditional? And that's where we like to bring you in and talk about different fireplaces and make sure that we get the right one for you. As a fireplace company that really prides ourselves in servicing fireplaces, we've been doing this for quite a while. We have serviced fireplaces that have been around for a lot longer than most of us have owned that house. Some of those fireplaces that we've repaired are ones my dad installed 20 plus years ago because we sell the brands that I can get parts for a long time, that I can rely on, and I can get them quickly. Usually our first goal is to actually service and get it repaired and get it up and running. That fireplace is meant to go in there and live as long as that house can in a lot of cases, as long as you're taking care of it. But once it's ready to go, and we've got to replace the entire system. Okay, so it's time for a new look, whether it be repairing that fireplace is no longer an option, or we're just remodeling and we're ready for something new. What are we going to look at? It's going to be, what kind of fireplace are you looking for? Are you looking for a gas, electrical, or a wood-burning fireplace? Are you looking more traditional or modern? We're gonna look at that wall with you, figure out exactly what can go in there. Some of those limiting factors are gonna be the fuel type that you choose and the size of the fireplace. We have anywhere from your smaller builder grade fireplaces to your custom fireplaces, but I can only go in with what your house will allow. For us, we don't do any of the plumbing or running the gas to your house. So if you don't have natural gas already, we need to look at wood or electric fireplace. So how do we get started on this? Usually we want you to bring in some pictures, bring in plans, show us what we're working with to begin with. We will also recommend bringing any paint colors if you're trying to rechange that entire room and picking out some stone. That way we can match the stone to what your vision is. Once we have a full vision of what you want, that's when we get started. Usually it takes a couple of hours for us to pick out exactly what you want. The next determining factor is going to be the cost of the fireplace. A fireplace in general is anywhere from about $1,500 fully installed, upwards of 10 grand plus. It just depends on the type of fireplace that you choose. Right now, your modern fireplaces are a lot more stylish and a lot more popular right now, so that price is going to be a little bit higher. The next things that are going to determine those prices are going to be the other features that you're looking for. The more warmth and functionality you get out of it, those features are going to drive the price up a little bit. The bigger the fireplace or more extravagant the fireplace, also going to drive that price up a little bit. But if you're looking for functional and a decent size, your price range is going to come in anywhere from the $1,500 to about the $4,000 to $5,000 price range. Our time frame on that usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get the new fireplace in, depending on the one that you pick. Once that fireplace gets in, our next stage is planning out that remodel for you. We're going to take 1 day to tear that fireplace out and install the new fireplace. Our next stage is to come in and stone. That's going to be day 2. We're going to stone, say on this project, we stone floor to ceiling. That's going to take us an entire day. If it was just that mantle high again and just a little bit left and right, we're probably there 3 or 4 hours. That's when day 3 comes in. We send one of our techs out to not only clean it up, set the logs up, make sure the fireplace is working, but also spend a few minutes with you and show you your new fireplace, teach you all the tips and tricks that are on that fireplace. 3 days. That's how long it takes us to tear it out, put in the new one, and make sure it's functional and looking good for you. The biggest question we get during this whole remodel process is how much of a mess is there going to be? Usually we're going to recommend that anything that can be moved out of the room, let's move it out. I'm going to cover from the front door to that project. Anything else in that room, I'm not going to cover just because of liability on our side. So usually what we recommend is if you can't move it, cover it with a plastic sheet. That way any of the dust that's up in the air, will not settle down on your objects. You pick the mat up and away it goes. Usually a vacuum will take care of it pretty quick. My guys will clean up as much as they can and as much of their area as they will, but there will be little bits of dust that stay up in the air, especially with stone. That fine particle stays up there up to about a day. It will settle. Just vacuum it up and away it goes. You don't need to move out. You don't need to huddle in the back side of the room. We'll get in, we'll get out. Usually we're there for 6 to 8 hours on one day, and then 6 hours on the next day, and then we're out of there. A nice, quick, easy project for you. Another option that we get a lot are the custom fireplaces. And what can we do? Your custom fireplaces can be anywhere from just a little bit wider to a little bit taller, see-through type fireplaces, bay fireplaces where we have 3 sides of glass, or full island fireplaces where you have just a center feature in the middle of your house where it has glass on all 4 sides. These are going to have a much bigger flame, much bigger BTU output. That's going to be a time where we sit down and we figure out exactly what you can do, what you want to do, and what your budget allows. These fireplaces are usually going to have a longer lead time and a much higher budget, but they allow you to do anything and everything you want to do. So why us? With Complete Home Concepts, we've been around for 46 years, coming up on 47. We've been around since there were just 3 fireplace options. There were 4 fireplace options. Now I have access to a little over 1,000 fireplaces from different manufacturers, different brands, but that's too many fireplaces for you to choose from. Usually I'm gonna have a good, better, and best that we can go through. When you get to those truly custom fireplaces, I know that they're out there, but you don't need to. You just need to come in with the idea of what you want, and we find the right thing for you. Whether it be heat, no heat at all, that aesthetic that you're chasing, or just a price point that you're looking for. We're gonna find the right thing for you. It's why we've been around so long, is because we know that at the end of the day, our homeowners and our guests are really what do it for us. They are the main reason we're around.